Okay, so good evening everyone. I'm Patricia Tambago, and I am running for the position of the Secretary General of the Council Organization of Ethnic COA. Okay, so first off, the Secretary General can be summarized by these tasks as constituted in the COA Constitution. But then, however, more than being a job description, a Secretary General is someone who responds to the current Council's needs. In the current context, of course, together with the rest of the Council members. Now, as I walk you through my platform, you will notice that some are first heard and some are derivatives of the platforms or the efforts from last year. I believe that the incoming board members has been left off with a stable ground. Thus, it is only rightful to continue the best practices that the previous year has left us with. So, for my platform points, my first platform is to have an integrated project management system. So I believe that the success of the project is not only measured on the number of attendees or on the event itself, but also on how much the succeeding project teams have learned from the previous projects. So in here lies the importance of the practice of the methods of the PI, or the planning, implementation, and evaluation phases, as stated in the Code of Administrative Procedures, ratified last year. And then, in line with this, I plan to hold a focus group discussion, which will aim to walk through the project teams to the methods of these PI. Of course, it would be better if I would be in collaboration with the VP Training and Development, VP Special Projects, and if possible, the previous project team or active members, at least if the project heads have already graduated, and run them through the project kit. Okay, next, in order to fully achieve this envisioned integration of the project management system, I need the executive team members to be well equipped as well. So, thus included in my platform is the formation of the executive team. I plan to form them as individuals, as a department, and as a team. So here, I plan to conduct a formation seminar at the start of the year, complemented by year-long trainings through task immersion. So that will include creation, the usuals, like creation of the promos, contacting of the secretaries, etc. And aside from the hard skills, of course, I plan to heighten the member involvement using get-togethers, individual and group consultations, and etc. So my next platform is to create an avenue for administrative concerns. So one of the purposes of COA is, as an administrative body, is to ensure the smooth operation cycle, not just of the council as a whole, but also of individual member organizations. With this, I plan to conduct a semester-long effort to reach out to each of the organizations, course through the cluster heads and the secretary treasurers as trained by the BPTE regarding administrative concerns. So by the end of the semester, the concerns will be collated and then discussed with the OSA and hopefully streamline the procedures together. Lastly is the visibility and involvement. So one way to encourage the participation from the Council of Representatives is through the transparency of council efforts. So that can be done through the bi-monthly bulletin. So what does the central board talk about every week? So it would be nice to, well, it has already been done, but yeah, I plan to continue it. And next is the COA Padlet. So this is kind of new, but to introduce to you, it's like an online freedom wall that will be made available to everyone. So anonymity is allowed here, so that can encourage genuine feedback from the members. And next is the social media. So it's like a basic thing to do, but then we should not underestimate the power of the social media because that's where everyone is. So in social media, I plan to create experience sharing avenues, for example, hashtags that you've encountered before, like that ignite the org spirit and stuff. And then like the usual, maintain the activity of the COA Facebook page, the Twitter, and the COA website. And then make sure that the COA calendar is made available to everyone. Although it has been distributed at the start of the year, we cannot guarantee that everyone everyone will rely on the code. Like look onto it every now and then. So every month there could be a summary of the, for example, for February, ito yung events sa mga org. So that could be a good way to put it. And then lastly is the semestral recap for each cluster to recognize and well-implemented projects, of course with the help of the chests. Lastly, the dynamics. All of the things I just presented are platforms. They are Kickstarters. They're directions, guides. But then, the maintenance of this for an entire year with different people, of different characteristics, of different personalities, that's another challenge. Being a secretary is not a one-man job. One could do all these things, regularly post updates, or regularly tweet. But then, the main goal is to involve everyone. And involve everyone in the vision of COA. And I think that's what I learned in my 3 years of service in the organizations, as SecGen, as VP, or as project head, the intolerance for stagnancy. So although that at first glance, one could emphasize on limited perspective, I believe that the desire to be involved, to be dynamic, and to know more is what matters most. Again, I'm Patricia Tambago, running for the position of the Secretary General.